Hi guys, good evening guys here. I'm going to explain to you furthermore. I hope you can understand my analysis rationale from the weekly down to the H4 into how I get the entry for pound USD short. Okay, so the thing is guys, when you look at the weekly price action, right, we can see that price has made a bearish engulfing. This bearish engulfing, it's not just any bearish engulfing. We can see properly that this is a inside bar false break and then turn into a bearish engulfing. And not just that, not just it failed to break the previous high, the sellers succeeded to break the previous week low. So that tells me that more onto the sell setup rather than going long in this case. I took a long for Monday, but then I think the momentum was not strong. Then it got to break even. That's okay, no problem. I continue with the analysis for pound USD. So for the weekly, we already know that the sell setup is there. Okay, the sell setup is there because you can see this is trending move here, right? After this trending move, you can see is a retracement up, and then after retracement up, price moving sideways. And actually on the weekly, right, this is quite a good entry trigger to rejoin this downtrend. I mean this start of this trending move towards the downside. Okay, and this trending move towards the downside, you can see, right, it break into this previous demand there, which tells us that actually right now, right, the trend may be changed for down. Okay, it's just there is a very strong chance that it's going to be down. So we are done with these weekly. So in this case, if we know that the weekly bias is towards the downside, on the weekly, what we want to do is that we want to mark a level around here so that we know that this is an area level. Unless price break this level, we are looking only for a sell. So when I go into the daily, as I said yesterday, when I look into the daily, I can see that price making this move is actually, to me, right, this is an uptrend in H4, right, but it's actually a retracement for the weekly. Okay, it's a retracement for the weekly. So from here we can see that a weak bar momentum. So when I see the weak bar momentum, right, that is where I put my level here, and then on the Wednesday, right, I get ready to look for myself. So on the Wednesday, right, what do I see? So on the Wednesday, when I see an inside bar here, and then the most important aspect of this, right, you can see that, I mean, the one that I love this kind of anti trigger, right. I want to see a reduced buy momentum, and then a reduced buy momentum, and then a price action signal that tells us that qualifies as an entry trigger. Okay, so actually this is a good entry trigger. So this is the weak bar momentum, which is also the inside bar of the mother bar. So this is the inside bar setup here, and then this is a false break of the inside bar, and then break into the previous low here, and we can see that this is the entry trigger already. So this is where you can put your sell here and your sell stop losses around here, and that is it. And we can see that right now we have a good sell setup, and then there is another chance for an entry here, which is a weak bar momentum, which is also good because this weak bar momentum, right, is a very good sell signal. Why? Because this weak buy momentum, right, does just this buy momentum just doesn't translate into yesterday's strong daily close of the bearish. Get what I mean? So that is why it's a sell. So that is for pound USD. I hope you guys understand what's going on. Let me see whether there's anything for gold. Okay, for gold right now, right, the way I see it is still a buy signal, because from the weekly, right, you can still that is still quite bearish. It's still quite bullish, I'm sorry. Okay, price is still above the previous support here, so I'm not going to touch that. If based on the daily, right, even though yesterday was a bearish candle, okay, the bearish candle does break the previous low in this case, okay, but it's very risky around here. So to me, a buy setup is there, but let me see whether there's any entry trigger for a buy. Okay, for here I can see in the H4 entry trigger wise it's a bit sideways, because we can see that this is still hanging out here. So I will just leave this alone, because the thing was like, for this goal setup, right, a good setup will be a very good entry trigger towards the sell. And besides, right now we look at this kind of setup, is very risky for us to look for any kind of buy. Okay, even though this strong bullish candle, right, does not really translate into yesterday daily close. So I'm just probably gonna leave it alone for the meantime. Okay, so for gold, I'm just holding on first, because I'm not going to take any kind of signal for buy or sell, because the way I see it, right, if this close in this manner, we can see that the buy momentum has been reduced. Okay, this is a very strong buy momentum, right, a very strong buy momentum. And then right now, you can see that the buy momentum has been reduced should price remain in this manner. So for in this distance, right, for gold, right, just leave it first and don't do anything first, because it's very risky. For any kind of setup for now, is very risky. Okay, you want to buy, it's risky. You want to sell, if you want to sell this, it's also very risky. Okay, because there is no the sell momentum is not really that strong. You can see from here, the last 4-hour candles, right, the last four-hour candles does not really translate any strong sell momentum yet. So I'll just leave the gold alone. Alright, then, so I'll see you guys soon on this Sunday. Bye.